Tonight, we commemorate the passage of an impressive and no doubt eventful 8 years since Xinhua News Agency was born. You realize, ladies and gentlemen, that the agency is only 20 years short of 100 years old. Few in this room, if any, could have been alive when Xinhua was born, which was precisely, as you have heard, on November the 7th, 1931. Most notable is that besides the change of name from Red China News Agency to the current one in 1937, which simply denoted a shift in ideology, Xinhua has remained firmly focused on its prime goals. As a result, it is obvious that your agency has over the years created a readily recognizable brand, character, culture, and legacy worth emulating, especially by upcoming news agencies across the world. You may also realize that the story of Xinhua, like a story of an eminent man or woman, attests to foundations of great vision and diligence. No one became great on account of flippancy or poor work ethics. In the same vein, I would unequivocally say that Xinhua was founded on a great vision that has seen it become one of the leading news agencies in the world. Besides, I am sure the work ethic that Xinhua has propelled itself on over the decades to become one of the most visible news agencies the world over must be based on nothing but excellence. I therefore unreservedly commend Xinhua's founders and the workforce it has engaged over the years. Those among Xinhua's human capital present here tonight deserve recognition for upholding a tradition that, as things seem currently, can only grow stronger. Ladies and gentlemen, what distinguishes a solid institution from a fickle one? And I may hasten to say here that in my mind I have every reason to consider Xinhua a solid institution is a vision on which it is or was founded. Over and above the basic fact, the progress of any institution, just like any architectural masterpiece, must anticipate expansion in future. In this regard, I must hail Xinhua's progress that has over the time adopted technological advances that have settled in perfectly well with the original purposes on which the agency was conceived. Looking at the achievements recorded over the 80 years Xinhua has been in existence, which include the establishment of 7 bureaus across the globe, I note with pride that the African Bureau, which is headquartered here in Nairobi, runs more than 20 branches in 47 sub-Saharan African countries. This, by all means, is a very comprehensive network in Africa, which, as you know, is actually the continent of the 21st century. Xinhua's Africa Bureau network is especially significant in view of the growing development partnership between the People's Republic of China and Africa. Your agency must now emphasize focus on Africa from the point of view of fostering closer and more pragmatic relations with a continent that has a lot to learn from China's development model. Ladies and gentlemen, in March last year, I remember participating in a memorable initiative dubbed Bright Moon Action that was co-organized by Xinhua Africa and United Nations Environment Program. And if you remember, I think at that event, the late Nobel Peace Laureate, the late Professor Wangari Maathai, was also present. During the official opening of this initiative, a delegation of Chinese entrepreneurs and film stars came together in order to discuss current global environmental problems and promote environmental education. The initiative also aimed at setting up funding mechanisms to offer solutions for catastrophes caused mainly by man's mismanagement of the environment. In my view, this engagement could have been seen as having gone beyond the core of duty of a media organization. However, it says a lot about the weight that Xinhua attaches to all the necessary comprehensive approach to affairs that affect mankind in general. I also remember opening the Xinhua Shanghai World Expo photo exhibition on November the 6th, 2010, where hundreds of photos about the African Pavilion in Shanghai World Expo were shown through LCD TV sets. This exhibition literally brought an event that was taking place thousands of miles away from Kenya to our people. I consider this another great step in the act of bridging distance through creative use of media resources. Ladies and gentlemen, these are only but a few examples of Xinhua's ingenuity that I've witnessed right here in Kenya. Elsewhere in the African continent, I'm aware of the installation of a mega LED screen in Harare in Zimbabwe, mounted to transmit news to the public. This, coupled with your worldwide mobile TV, 24 news alerts, and broadcast capacity in 8 world languages, easily makes Xinhua one of the most versatile media organizations across the world. Before I ask you to fill your glasses and be able to say "Kampe," I want to thank the Director General because of the commitment of this news agency and the fact that he chose to actually have Nairobi as headquarters. I remember in my little history that one time as Minister for Information, and I think that is when these things were happening, and tourism, information and tourism. And I remember it was about the same time that China decided to make Kenya one of the tourist destinations. I want to, on that account, urge Xinhua News Agency, together with the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, to stand with us at this time as we try to secure this nation for future generations. We are saying no to terrorism. I want to state firmly that our men and women who are engaged in a just cause across our border with Somalia are not an occupation force over Somalia. All we are trying to do is to fight terrorism and be able to secure this region. And as soon as we are able to get this act done over with, I'm sure the people, the friendly people of Somalia, will be able to have a nation next to us, which is also at peace with itself and devoid of elements that are indeed terrorist elements. I thought I could use this occasion to ask Xinhua News Agency to stand with Kenya and with the Horn of Africa, as indeed the people of the People's Republic of China has always stood with their brothers and sisters here. Only recently, His Excellency the Ambassador and I were able to travel to Mombasa and receive a huge consignment of assistance to this country, including the refugees in Dadaab from the People's Republic of China. I want to take advantage of this opportunity to tell Xinhua to please thank the friendly people of the People's Republic of China, wherever they are, because we cannot take these things for granted. You have been there with us and for us in times of difficulty, and now we want to walk with you into the future. You heard me pronounce that Africa is a continent of the future, of the 21st century. And I want to thank His Excellency for realizing the great imbalance that has been created as we talk of the New World Order, economic order, and all. The distortion, for instance, in currency rates and things, that the world stands clearly at a disadvantage, and more particularly the developing world. But the People's Republic of China, together the G group of 77, I remember, for instance, when there was a threat, a real threat to relocate UNEP from Kenya, the People's Republic of China, and I'm sure the assistance of the Xinhua News Agency, told the world this is an unjust move. And because of it, because of that solidarity, UNEP did not only stay in Nairobi, but Nairobi today is headquarters, one of the 4 headquarters in the United Nations within the world, and the only headquarters in the third world. We thank you. And with those remarks, I want us to really wish Xinhua News Agency happy birthday, long life. Xinhua News Agency, and of course, to all of us in this room. Congratulations. Cheers.